Rassismus in Österreich? Pff, na bitte, wo denn? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm so happy to be back right now. I feel more motivated, and my first video was very moody and very darky. Like the first video of this the first video of this year was a bit moody, like I don't know, like very down. I feel like I just realized that after watching the video again, so I'm sorry about that. But we are back and I'm coming with bright colors to show you how I'm feeling inside right now. I don't know, I'm in a better mood. Maybe just the sun that is coming out more often than normally. It's still winter, so I know that it might go back to be like I don't know, like cold and windy. I don't like that. I like rain though. So rain is like, it's the weather of my soul, I feel like. So yeah, I'm more motivated, I guess, and I want to make videos that are more fun to watch, that are more entertaining, but I also really need you to interact with me and tell me what you would like to see from me. I would like my channel to be more about like fashion. Actually, that was the idea behind the whole creating a YouTube channel for, but however, I don't feel very comfortable yet filming that because I would like to have like quality content. So I'm still learning how to, you know, film an outfit for it to look cool. I'm trying to watch more of the fashion YouTubers, my favorite ones. So I'm learning you know, like a little bit more before I get into it. It's whatever for now. What I came up to talk about today is my experience as a Black woman living in Europe, but not only, more specifically in Austria. Let's start from the beginning. So, what is it like living in Austria as a foreigner, more specifically as a Black person, even more into specific as a Black woman? I moved from Italy because I was living in Italy before. I studied there, I grew up there. That's another story time. But I moved to Austria mostly because I wanted something different. I wanted something completely new. I wanted to start all over again. This was not the first time I was doing it. Before that, I've been living in the UK as well for like a year. Yeah, a year-ish, like 11 months and a half, something, but a year, you know. I moved here without knowing a word in German. That's not a good idea, by the way. If you think about moving to a country, please take some sort of language course. Like just do something, some research. I moved almost like a day, like overnight. Okay, so I came over here and decided to stay. I will start by talking about the big elephant in the room. Is it racism in Austria? Well, yeah, more than what I thought it would be, but what people even here want to meet is the word admitting. So, for instance, I'm gonna give you some like stories here and there, not like with no timeline, let's say. I have an Italian pass as well, so it's easier to move around Europe with that. I then came here with an EU pass, so I wasn't supposed to go through crazy things, you know, to be able to stay as a regular citizen. But, so how do I say this one? They were not friendly. I tried for, and I'm not exaggerating, it took me almost a year to be able to get into an office and sit down. With that I mean, when I went to this AMS office for, you know, applying to look for a job, I don't know, I also have bad luck. Now, let's not say this happens to everybody, but I do think there is a specific group of people that target, and that is Black people mostly, more harshly, I would say, but foreigners in general, you know, like Muslim or Arabic people or ethnic looking people is just a target. So the reason why I couldn't go into an office was because as soon as I opened the door, the woman, and I cannot choose in which office I go. So this this place organized itself based on your birthday. I'm not confusing. On your birthday or your birth month. So I don't know if it's birthday, birth month, or I don't know if I'm confusing, but basically it's either your last name first letter, so like all the B last names goes to one office, all the C, all the either that or the birthdays. I don't know, because there are two different offices that do, but it doesn't matter. So basically I just want to explain to you that you cannot choose where you're going, that that's the person you have, that's the person you have. So this woman didn't want to see me because I opened the door like, oh, hello, and she would go in German. Now I know what she meant. She was like, oh no, another one of those. What you mean? I didn't know what it meant back then, but I went back with a friend or a girl I met that would help me, with translating and explaining to me all of those things. And that's when she told, that's when I found out, and also of course started making like some, learning a word here and there. So I realized that was the problem, the issue. And then she would ask me in German if I spoke German. If I was to say no, which I did, she'll say, yeah, then you cannot come in here. You have to speak German to be in Austria. I get it, but you are working in immigrant office, which means the people who come here don't always speak German. Like you're literally here working with people who are foreigners. Like if you can speak English, don't be here. But yeah. So that's an example. Then it's hard to find a job as well. Looking the way I look like, and not speaking the language, which is not German. This is Austrian. I think they should call it Austrian, because this is not what you learn in your German course. You don't learn this. What you learn on the street, what you hear on the street, what people are speaking with you on a daily basis, when you're going to the supermarket, when you're going, even for job interviews, you don't speak German most of the time. It's all dialect and all of the, it's hard. It's really hard. So finding a job, lately actually they're are more open to employ, I don't know how to say this anymore in English, jeez, are more open to take different backgrounds kind of people, but the problem still stays with the customers, who in my specific work branch are older people who have an older mentality, who don't want black people most of the time. I have recently been in an office where people will come in. I would say hi and I was completely ignored, where I will pick up the phone to answer a call and will be asked to transfer the call to someone else. But it's harder in person, I feel like, because on phone I can maybe get it. Like my German is absolutely not perfect, so it's more the to see it in your face. Somebody who comes in and you're free. You can be of service. You will welcome them, say hi. They don't even reply. So that really made me feel uncomfortable. I choose to change then places, and I feel better in the new place. But that's another example. Other things I notice, for example, getting in the public transport, and people will hold their purse closer, really make themselves smaller, almost like don't come next to me. Or, which I feel is even worse, is to put the bag on, to sit in a way that you feel uncomfortable to even ask if you can sit, because they put shoe. Literally, but this is mostly women though, more women than men. that's another thing I noticed. I don't know what that really means, but more women than men do this. And yeah, she will put her purse on the back, her purse on the seat that's free. And if you like, and just like act like she's busy or she's looking away, like she just wants to make. Well, I'm not that. But you're dealing with the wrong person, because I will come in your face and be like, excuse me, can I sit? And I will sit. Some people give me the space and stand up and leave. I've had it too. It's just a rude word out here. Yeah, if you look like this. So that's one thing you should probably know when you want to move abroad or move anywhere in Europe, really. I feel like in on earth it's like this, like for every black person. There is Asia, because I've seen also videos about things happening to black people in China and to black people in Korea. I've seen that. So I don't know if it's just a thing for Austria, but I do want people to realize that there is racism in Austria, because it's almost like it's weird and this happens also talking with like people I know, the Black Lives Matter movement. And I was speaking about it at home first with a couple of people I know, and one of them, which is a young man in his mid-20s, who had the audacity to tell me racism doesn't exist in Austria. I don't know if I'm laughing. Yeah, he had the audacity to tell me racism doesn't exist in Austria. Well, I'm still very with him now, but he argued it. Like, no, it just doesn't happen in Austria. There is no racism in Austria. I don't even think there's racism in Germany. I was like, go. Mind you, this was like 2 days after our brother, father, uncle, friend, son, and father got killed on the streets, with videos that's shown here, and people everywhere around the world, you know, sharing experiences. There were more video coming out, and they were some of here in Austria. I also find out, you know, in that period of time, this is like last year or 2 years ago already, that here in the specific city I'm living in, which is not Vienna, which is more calm, it's more like, it's safe, but there are stories coming out from here too that I did not even know could happen. But however, so yeah, be aware of this. I would definitely like to have more people of color, like brown people in the brown people spectrum, not only black people. I hope to to have a conversation, like to have this conversation also on camera for the YouTube channel, so that you can have different perspectives of what it is for men coming from another country here, or a woman, maybe Asian, I don't know, whatever I find, and that is interesting. I would definitely want to have more of this conversation on here. I don't know where to start, I have so many thoughts in my head. It's really hard to gather them, and like, you know, yeah, this happened. But one thing I do have to say, because then people will ask me why you stay there. I don't think any place is worse than the US right now. I don't think, for a person like me, I feel a billion times safer just being overseas. Like, just once you just leave, like you cross the border, like I feel safer already. Because listen, no place is safe, and every place is safe. With that I mean, yes, it's unsafe everywhere for black people, literally everywhere. It's unfair everywhere for black people. It's been forever, and I unfortunately think it's gonna be for much longer. But the difference between like this sort of like this kind of like excluding racism, I prefer this one than the one where I'm not sure I'm gonna be alive next morning. I'm not sure I can go to bed and not be shut in my bed in the middle of the night, you know? So there are differences up there. There's racism everywhere. I would rather feel safe in the sense of with my life, like the actual body, physical human life. I would rather have that, you know, than maybe being where there are more black people so I can relate more, but it's still unsafe. Like it's still life-threatening. And that's why, yeah, that's why I'll stay. No sir. Thank you very much. So yeah, I have hope that things will get better. Of course, I'm trying to better myself. Not trying, I am better. I am getting, you know, better in every aspect I can. I now am on a B2 level in the German language. I plan on going for a C1. I learned a completely new job here, so like a diploma. I did a new one here as well, just to be more integrated, like just take me in. So I tried, and it worked. I now have one extra qualification, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm not sitting, you know, waiting for the word to change. I try to fit it a little bit more just to make it easier for me in my future. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end of this video, then you've heard a lot of nonsense, but I hope it was still entertaining somehow. Racism in Austria? Where? Yes, it is here. It happens everywhere. And it doesn't matter if you study or you don't.